Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today it's an old Tom appreciation build, but it's a different kit than the one I've shown you. No, I haven't given up on the other one. It is being built. Major stumbling block was I finally got over the slight fit issue that I'd got with it, which took a fair bit of, you know what I'm like. Can't be bothered. Well, can't be bothered. It's for old Tom, so I will be bothered, but I just kept putting it off. But I finally fixed that. I'd ordered some paint and I sprayed the inside of the roll cage and everything, because it's NASCAR, if you don't realise. It's one of the Salvino's JR ones. I said JR this time. And it said gloss white. Well, Gav, in his usual busted head infinite wisdom, went on to his online model shop and bought a couple of other bits and thought, need these paints for the alloys and the gloss white. And I saw racing white. I thought, racing white, great. Until I started spraying it and realised it was more like a cream colour. Nothing like the actual NASCAR I'm doing, the Chase Elliott one. It's the Hooters one, the white one. So that's on an enforced layoff. Once I've got some readies and that, because I've got to make a quite big order to the model shop for figure painting stuff and the model shop. Right on cue, Arch decides to get up. So a good member of the channel who wants to remain nameless on this one, he had sent me some bits and pieces, guy in the UK, and he said, Gav, I'm chucking in a model car. He says, I know you've got into model cars and that, and you like your rods and customs and stuff, so I'm throwing this in. And as hopefully the title photo, what's it called, thumbnail, whatever it is, anyway, that'll be, you'll know it's the paddy wagon. Well, I'm not a big, it's weird, I like to see photographs when I'm leafing through my books, because I've got hot rod books and stuff, or if I'm just looking online. I enjoy seeing the show rods, the real ones, and I enjoy seeing the ones that the guys on YouTube make, or Maras and people that I don't know. But I'm not into it myself particularly. I prefer my rods and customs. I like street rods and stuff, you know, or stuff that can be put on a trailer and taken to a show. You know, one of the really glamorous ones. What's that called? Them trailer queens. You know, got that one right. Visions in my head here, but I won't go there. And I like those, and I like low riders and stuff, especially the older low riders. You know, I'm a big pickup, as you know, pickup truck fan, and especially custom pickup trucks and hot rod pickup trucks and stuff. So anyway, I've got this kit had been sat next to me with a couple of other boxes, and I kept mulling it over in my head. I didn't want to build it like it is. I know it's sacrilege. I'm really sorry to the guy that sent it me, but I thought I'm going to make it my own hot rod as best I can. Now, I think the engine on it, I keep looking over because the box and I'm having to remind myself, all shame me. The engine on it is really lousy. I would have thought Monogram, with all the stuff that they got, you know, different engines for different cars, they could have come up with a better engine than that. It's really weak, in my opinion, who doesn't know a lot about model hot rods, or show rods for that matter. But, you know, the exhausts are really thin and almost flat, and I'll show you in a minute, but just on the box art, I'll just show you the bit that I've done so far. But they even appear to put like rocker covers over the top of the exhausts, and they say they're exhaust covers. I'm not sure why there'd be an exhaust cover on it, and why it's plainly a rocker cover, as far as I can see. I did think of printing one off. There's several engines I could have gone to on Colts and places like that, you know, where you do your print, you can get your files for printing, and I'm paying for them. Not a lot of the free ones, you know, they're very simplified, and there's no point getting rid of a simplified engine to put another one in its place that I've had to pay for, or free. Now, to get a decent one, I was looking at, I think basic small block Ford was about £9, or a big block Ford was roughly the same price, and then you had your add-ons to make it into a turbo and things. Yeah, I don't know a lot. And I will get one of those at some, because they're really detailed. They are one of these. I see Mark Batson show different ones off, and you know they've got all the little carbs on and that. And it's just that at the moment I need to put money into other stuff. I just ain't got, you know, if I start spending £10 on this, and it turned into about a £25 outlay. And for the moment, I'm not going to do that. So I just thought, right, we'll have to stick with the, as weak as it is, we'll have to stick with the kit engine and just do bits and pieces. I mean, I don't think it hasn't even got a distributor. And even got a magneto. There's lots. It hasn't got a. The radiator is just a shape really with a grill, and yeah, it's got, was it fuzz, whatever they used to call the police back in these states in them days. But they've got all that stuff on the front, but it's not really a radiator. So I'm gonna have to do. So I've got lots of plans in my mind to basically scratch build everything. I think I can't. You see, I don't have a. Obviously I've got one Roadster under my belt. I don't have a big spares figures. I've got loads of figure stuff, but I don't have, and even tanks and bits and pieces I've got. Obviously, if I bin a model, I literally take off bits and pieces and save them for a rainy day. But obviously cars, I haven't got any of that type of stuff. So like batteries, I haven't got a battery, I haven't got a fuel tank of any description. So there's things I'm going to have to just mod up myself. Now I could go away and print them like a fancy Dan fuel, like a beer barrel fuel cell. I could get that and print it, and it would only cost me about £2. But again, it's just adding up. And I thought, no, let's set yourself the challenge, Gav. Of I'm not saying I won't print anything, but I'm hoping not to. And we'll just see where it goes. I might have to print a few little things. I'm thinking of a battery maybe, I don't know. But I don't want this to turn into a huge huge project. I don't want it to turn into a huge outlay, not for this one. If I was doing one of my Roadsters that I've got in the stash that I'll be doing, and the next one up, I want to do that Beetle for Sean, but I also want to do one that Tom actually sent me. I've been wanting to do it for ages, as a low rider pickup. So we'll see which one wins out. So Sean will get his Beetle done, but I might do the low rider first. I'm not sure. Anyway, just give you a quick look at what I've done. Not a lot, but I'll just go through the thought processes. See you down at the bench. Right, tubes, I better get me reading glasses on, or I won't be able to see anything. I've put the box on the front just to show you some ideas. Actually, use that as and then I'll show you the bits I've done. So if you see down here, I don't know. That just looks like. Is it me? Probably you're okay. Yes, it is, Gav. It is supposed to look like that, but it just looks like a rocker cover that they've shoved on the top of some a manifold. It don't look particularly well. It says it's supposed to be a Ram Air, but there's not a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. You know, I'm not professing to know a lot about hot rods, cars in general. So what I'm thinking of, it just don't look good. That whatever, even if it is supposed to be what it says it is, like some cover. I don't really see. I don't like that. So I'm going to try leave these in reserve, and maybe try and build my own exhaust. You know, have it coming down here somewhere, and either just maybe under the because I'm keeping the step plate on, and you know, out at the back here somewhere, not all the way to the back. But what I've done with this is shortened it, so this is all gone. Not that I've got that far yet. So I'll show you in a second, but what I've done is I've cut along this, above this panel line here. I've shortened it. The back part has a, well, I'll show you in a minute, there's a back part there. I've had to shorten those to be in line with this. I'm going to keep this bulkhead here, or firewall, depending where you are. That's going to stop. But there's an inside insert, everything's got like padded leather on, and I don't want that look, so I'm going to probably, I don't think I can sand it really. I might try. I'll remove the foot pedals, they're fairly just blobs, so I'll get rid of all that. Might have to even the dash is really weak. There's hardly anything. They don't even give you any decals for it, so I might try my hand at remoulding the entire dash. I'm not keeping the original just like faux wooden like bench seats that they've got there. I'll be putting some bulkhead behind him, which I'll show you in a minute. Well, not him, I mean there's going to be no figures in it, but you know, here that there'll be a bulkhead. I'm going to make these into a bomber seat, but you know, with the holes drilled in it. However, instead of doing, I saw one on a hot rod on somewhere a couple of days ago when I was looking for inspiration, and it was actually a bench seat but done in a bomber style. So it got the holes, it had 2 holes, but I'm probably just for ease for me, I'm going to put just a series of holes at the back with this aluminium bomber seat, and put some canvas or leather backrest to it, and a you know, seat area as well. And then it'll either have bomber side, some side panels, I'm not sure yet. So that's that. I've cut this off. This was stuck to the side. That's been removed, but it's got the big meats on the back, and I'm going to actually, whether I keep it completely like that, whether I just make it a smaller effort, but they've been cleaned off as best I can for the moment and put to one side, but I'll have to make brackets for those again. I was not chuffed with the radiator, the grill and everything, so I'm going to try and change that. I haven't got around to doing anything with these yet, these mud guards at the top, so I might be doing the same with those yet, either shorten them or just make it my own really. I want to change the springs at the back because they're pretty naff. I'm not having any of this scroll work underneath. That's all going to be gone, or is gone. So yeah, all this, it's not the paddy wag. It's going to be like a mosh up of a Ford T type of short wagon. But that's to me what rods are about. You know, whoever owns a rod does what I like to them. Well, I'm never going to afford a real one, so you know, not unless my wife sells both her kidneys, and then you know, the dialysis, I couldn't do that to her. So yeah, I'm making it into a short pickup. So we'll go down to the bit that I have done as everything falls down. Yes, ta-da! That's all I've done. I've done more than that really. It's no point getting all the bits out at the moment. As you can see, it's going to need a lot of smoothing over with sandpaper, but last night I just because I've stuck these on last night, and these side pieces, and this one was quite good, and this one was an absolute shambles, so I've had to put some card in there to glue that in. I'll sand and cut that away, and a bit in there. So what I'm going to do next, there'll be a tailgate on here, hopefully, roughly where this curve finishes, where these holes are. The holes will probably have to be filled up, but I'll put a low tailgate there. I need to probably put something down here at the back, and I'll make some lights. I don't have any lights. Again, I've got 0 spares, so I thought I'd probably put some type of box section across the back, drill some holes in, and I have got some coloured I believe I have anyway, some acetate, coloured acetate, and I might just stick that across as if they're recessed in. I don't, you know, it's really a socket and see type of thing. Before I do anything more on bulkheads though, I need to put a false, I'm going to put a false, so the bulkhead will more or less follow the original bulkhead across here, so it's a really small bed. And I've then got to put a fuel cell in there. What I thought of might doing, I might put an angle, it's just, I'm not very good at angles, but like build that up and then bring it up a slight angle, and then have them so that they're maybe like a battery goes in one section, like, and have a you know, compartments, that's the word I was trying to go for. But probably put the fuel cell behind. As I say, it's not really meant to be, you know, it's not a working thing, is it? It's a rod at the end of the day, so it doesn't really matter if there's not a lot of room at the back there. Then we'll build up a section here to put that bench bomber seat on. Obviously firewall goes in here, bulkhead, whatever you call it. Also I thought as well, if I do a printed thing and spend 25 quid, I've got a part of that, I've got to, that 25 quid will be a gearbox. And I just thought, oh, you know, yes, I know I'm carving up a lot, but I don't really want of trying to make things fit on this particular project. So yeah, obviously I've got to do our engine soon. I will try and wire that up. As I don't even have a distributor for it, so I'm going to have to do something. I've still got to sand this section up. Actually, this is quite obviously mould liney here. Keep these side steps in, but I'm going to try and put some covering on them of some description if I can. If I can't, I'll just have to paint them. But I'm keeping these open probably. That's a probably for the moment. I might just have this literally open. The steering wheel just went straight up. I suppose Model Ts did, straight up in the air like that. And I just thought, no, I can't be having that. So that's something else I've got to do. I don't even know the tiny amount of spares I've got. I'll see if I've got a steering wheel. Otherwise, I'm going to have to use the kit one, which will look pretty naff, but put it at an angle. So yeah, that's the details. As I say, the engine, I can see me having to redo the pipes and everything on that, because they just don't look very good. But we'll see. So that's it so far. Colour wise, that's obviously underneath. I have tried removing all the bits and pieces, you can see. These slots they'll all be filled. I just wanted to get some backing on there first, and then I'll put some super glue and talc in there and do those. I've tried getting rid of the this is tough as old nails, this stuff. That's bleach had been in there for 24 hours, and that's all I got off it. So I might have to try and re-bleach them all. I'm going to see if I can remove them with sandpaper first. But yeah, this is for old Tom. I know I haven't done an entry video on this, but as far as I'm concerned, I sent Tom a picture. That's good enough for me. I just got stuck into it. You know, it's not as if I've got a lot done, but I just thought I'd stick this up so you know that I am doing stuff for old Tom, and I am actually modelling my cars. I just, as I say, the NASCAR's just taking forever. I think the problem with doing the racing cars is for me it's like the bike in that it's a constant changing of I can't snip a load of stuff off, put them in different pots and say, right, that's going to be titanium, that's going to be white, that's, you know, whatever colours. Because of my head problems, it's weird. I can do stuff like this because it's just doing what I want to do, and I don't have to follow instructions. But the minute I step outside of instructions, I get in a world of poo. You know, I mean, look at me. I couldn't even order the right paint. so the NASCAR's. I'm not giving up on the NASCAR. NASCAR is for old Tom. So NASCAR's getting built. We just got and we've had delays. When I went to paint it, we got delays because we've been having some strong winds, so I couldn't have the windows open without being ripped off the hinges. So that had to wait. because obviously I spray in here with well, I've got the spray booth. It's not a particularly great one, and you need the windows open as well. So yeah, I just got dug into this, and you know, I've been enjoying it. As I say, I like things like this because I can just do what do the best I can on them, but you know, do my thing. So thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. This is the number 2 build for the Old Tom Appreciation group build. There'll be a description. No, there won't. There'll be a link to Old Tom, Mr. Rambler's. Well, it's not Mr. I was calling him Mr. Rambler. Rambler's 69 channel in the description. Please go and check Tom out. He's one of the finest modelers I've ever seen. His forte obviously is cars. He's known for all types of cars, but particularly his hot rods and his drag racers, gassers, all that stuff. He really, I mean, when this is complete, you'll see scratches in it. Nothing will be straight. There'll be gaps. You know, not obviously I don't do a lot, so you know it's taking time to get those skills. But he's got those skills, and he's a perfectionist when it comes to his vehicles and stuff. So yeah, please go and check him out, because you can learn a lot from Old Tom. He doesn't throw up really tutorials. They're just short videos, unlike mine. You know, literally 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes maximum. 8 minutes, and you're sitting there with your popcorn. So go and check him out. He's so inspiring, and he's such a nice bloke as well. He stands by those that stand by him, and I've got a lot of respect for that. So yeah, go check Tom out. So thank you very much. Look after yourselves. This is the first video where I've got a quiet house. I'm going to be putting up another one, or I'm going to be filming another one now on some 6mm wargaming figures. Not a bad difference, is there? Oh well, that's what you get on this channel. Oh, the D-Day group build tanks, not a tank, Gav, the M10 Achilles. She's all base painted, as in all the greens on. Just needs a final highlighter green with a brush in places, and then all the equipment's got to be painted. So that's happening. It just there's no point putting a video up until I'm a bit further progressed on that. So thank you very much. Look after yourselves. Yeah, I'd be interested to know that when I pointed out earlier the video, if you stuck with it this far, do they look like rocker covers to you, or is that supposed to be what it says it is? It just don't look particularly right. Anyway, see you soon.